Well, step into the Coliseum behind me and you'll see hard work, grit, and showmanship on full display. It's really a highlight of World Dairy Expo here, and it involves people of all ages. For one family, though, they wanted to fuel those efforts from youth, creating a legacy for future leaders.
You know, she was one of the kindest people that anybody had ever met, truly genuine.
Annette Ostrom was one of life's true treasures.
Whether you knew her for 5 minutes or 5 years, I got a front row seat to that. Truly kind, and I can tell you when nobody was looking, she was the exact same way.
Jim says his wife Annette loved World Dairy Expo.
Well, Annette absolutely loved showing cattle. Her whole goal when you're out in the ring is to get that cow or that heifer to be completely comfortable so that they can look their best.
But even more than Expo, she adored the youth.
She was one of those people that could tell you the ages of the kids running around the grounds. You know, at the show, she can tell you where they placed, and kids and youth in our industry has been very special to her.
Jim says his wife was healthy, happy, and simply loving life. But in February of 2022, something just wasn't right.
We were walking down the beach on vacation, and she complained of a backache.
Not able to get into her family doctor, they called a family friend.
By noon on Monday, we had a diagnosis, and it was terminal.
A battle with cancer that Jim says was intense. Yet just 8 months after that diagnosis, when World Dairy Expo happened, she insisted that that's where she wanted to be.
Last year, she wanted to be here to see Tristan show, and she walked into World Dairy Expo carrying a bag like anybody would, and she left in a wheelchair.
Their son Tristan was 14 at the time.
It was hard. It was hard for her to be here, but she did it. And I said to her, we should go home, and she said, this is where we belong and this is where we're staying, and so we stayed here. That's how important it was to her.
And less than 2 weeks after World Dairy Expo last year, Annette passed away. Grieving from such a loss, Jim had already started the process to keep Annette's memory alive the best way he knew how.
We decided to do through that process was to sponsor a showmanship contest here at World Dairy Expo. And the showmanship contest, they have Supreme Champion, they have Grand Champions and Supreme Champion of all breeds here, but they didn't have a Supreme Champion showman in the youth program.
So with that, the Ostroms put together a 10-year sponsorship of a youth showmanship contest in honor of Annette.
I told her about it. It's the Annette Ostrom Memorial Supreme Champion Trophy. She was the kind of person that would never, ever want something named after her. She warmed up to the idea, and we've got a 10-year commitment to it, but it's really our goal is to do it forever.
Last Sunday, as youth entered the ring, emotions were fragile.
It was very difficult, but it's also so rewarding knowing that we're doing something that recognizes somebody who truly loved the youth of our industry and wanted to support them.
And that's when the support poured in as the showmanship winners were selected.
I want to say cleansing, but a helpful experience, healing experience for our family. Tristan and my daughter Shelby were standing next to me, and it was really some very special moments.
Special moments for not just the Ostroms, but the 8 youth who won, especially for Wesley Winch, the Supreme Champion showmanship winner.
It kind of surprised me at first because it was, I don't know, I've never done that good in showmanship, honestly. And winning at World Dairy Expo is just, it's different. It's really exciting.
The Ostrom family will dedicate more than $120,000 over the next decade. And Wesley, one of the first to receive the showmanship award in Annette's memory, is grateful.
I'm very thankful because showmanship is something that sometimes get overlooked, and something like that just encourages more kids to do it.
Still in shock after winning, Wesley says Jim leaned over to say a few words.
He told me that I'm never going to forget this, and I believe he's right. It's once-in-a-lifetime experience.
An unforgettable memory in honor of a wife, mom, and avid dairy enthusiast whose second home was in the ring. And as their son Tristan showed this week in that same ring, you can see it's also where Tristan loves to be, following in his mother's footsteps, whose tangible legacy is one that proves everyone can affect change, simply by taking the first step and leading with kindness.
Again, thank you to Jim for allowing us to share Annette's story. Her passion she had for the dairy industry, and specifically for youth, truly is admirable. Well, when we come back, sometimes simple solutions aren't so simple. John Phipps explains in customer support.
U.S. Farm Report, presented by Pioneer. What's next happens when the testing grounds meet the proving grounds. Pioneer. What's next happens here.